Hi, welcome to Archaeversity, and this is Professor Ramkrishna, and Archaeversity is my YouTube channel through which I share my knowledge in financial accounting with students like you across the world. In this lecture, I'm going to explain you the different types of assets, or we can say that simply classification of assets. Before introducing you to the classification of assets or different types of assets, I will introduce you to 5 key terms which actually forms a base for your accounting. In the sense, once you get familiar with these 5 classification or 5 keywords, then your accounting profession will be a smooth sailing. So without delaying, I'll just turn on to my OneNote where I'll introduce you to the 5 key concepts or key topics of financial accounting, and from that in this lecture, I'll explain your classification of assets. Financial accounting revolves around 5 keywords. They are: one is assets, second one is liabilities, third one is equity, and then your revenue and expenses. That means what are all the transactions that or transactions are events that the business performs can be classified into these different sets like assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, or expenses. And within these 5 broad classifications, there are multiples of classifications, and getting familiar with all those is not a 1 day or a 2 days task. It is to be practice, rehearsal for years, so that you get familiar with all these terms and what you call as then you will be able to master your accountancy course. So in a series of lectures, I'm going to explain you each of these types or basic keywords of accounting, like assets, liabilities, equity, revenue, and expenses. So in this lecture, the focus is on classification of assets. So when you're talking about the assets, so assets can be classified based on different characteristics or criteria. One is as per the convertibility. When you're talking about a convertibility of the assets, how quickly these assets can be converted into cash or the economic resources. So when you're talking about this, we have 2 classifications. One is the current assets and second one is a non-current assets. So the difference between how to distinguish a current asset and non-current asset is that any asset which is highly liquid and can be convertible or converted into cash in a less than 12 months. So this is a current asset. Now assets which we use for a longer time period to generate more revenues or economic resources, those we call as a non-current assets. So suppose you have a stock or a inventory, so which we can sell within a short time period. Maybe we can sell our inventory in a month, 2 months, 3 months, but not more than 12 months. So in such a case, this is a stock is a current asset. On the other side, to manufacture this stock or inventory, we use a machinery. So this machinery is a non-current asset because the economic life of this machinery is more than 12 months. Maybe the machinery that we purchase, we may use this for 1 year or 5 years or sometimes 10 years also. So that is how we classify the current assets and non-current assets. So classification is, one is the liquidity, that is, and second one is the convertible into cash within 12 months, and third is its expected life. If the life of economic resource is more than a year, then we call it as a non-current asset. Then other classification is based on their physical existence, in the sense whether we can see, we can feel, we can touch a current asset or not. So here we can classify these into 2. One is the tangible assets and another one is intangible. So when you are saying about the tangible assets, which we can see, feel, perceive, etc. Let us say your company is having a buildings. So building can be seen, and a company has got a computers which are seen. It has got a table, furniture. So these all are tangibles. So we can see, we can feel them. So these are all the tangible assets. On the other side, we have intangible assets also. Intangible assets is, suppose a business is located in a prime location in a city. So by having in a prime location of the city, it will have certain goodwill, in the sense people will easily find the store and come and buy a products from that. Or second is, the company may be in existence for a longer time period, maybe 50 years, 100 years. So it builds a customer loyalty. That is another intangible asset. Okay, so these are like your goodwill. Your company may have a patents, copyrights. So all these are different intangible assets which a company will have. So intangible assets are not perceived, not felt. So simply we can make a value of this. Then next classification is based on the usage. So we have operating assets and non-operating assets. So when you're talking about operating assets, these assets are used in the day-to-day operations of the business. In the sense, suppose a factory is there, a soap manufacturer is there, they have a factory outlet. So this factory is used to produce soaps. So this is an operating asset. Or they have a machinery. So this machinery is used to produce soaps. So these are all operating assets. On the other side, the company may also have non-operating assets. The company may generate revenue from these non-operating assets, but they are not part of the core activities. Say suppose the same soap manufacturer may purchase some land for the purpose of a future expansion, but right now they are not using this land. They lent this land on a lease. So they receive the income in the form of a lease, but this income is not part of their operating income. So such kind of assets are called as a non-operating assets. So the companies, if they have excess funds, they using these excess funds, they purchase financial assets. So like a marketable securities, or invest into government bonds or debentures, which will earn interest and which will also give a capital gains. But these assets are not part of a company's operating assets. That's the reason why we call them as a non-operating assets. So this is a broad classification based on convertibility, based on physical existence, based on their usage, and we classify them as current assets, non-current assets, tangible, intangible, operating, and non-operating. So I'll take you to a real-time balance sheet where you can find the details of this. So here you have a balance sheet of a company where you can see that. So the assets, non-current assets, importantly property, plant and equipment. When you're talking about a property, the property may be in the form of a land, buildings, etc. Then the plant, that is factory outlets and all, equipment like a machinery. And they have a capital work in progress, other intangible assets. So you can see here, the other intangible assets are shown separately. These two are your tangible assets. And intangible assets under development, maybe like a copyrights, patents, etc. And then the company has also have a financial assets, which are non-operating assets like investments, loans lent. It is not loans borrowed, loans lent, and other financial assets. This is another classification. In a current assets, we have inventories, that is a stock. Other types of current assets includes financial assets, investments. So these, when we are talking about these investments, these are the short-term investments, in the sense investments which are having a maturity value less than 12 months. So trade receivables are current assets which we can recover from our creditors at any point of a time. Cash and cash equivalents, bank balances, and short-term loans, short-term financial assets, and other current assets. So these all are different current assets, both includes operating as well as a non-operating. Now we can see in case of a property, plant and equipment, we have a different types of property, plant, equipment, land and freehold properties, leasehold properties, right to use of assets, buildings, plant and equipment. Then you have a furniture and fixtures, office equipment, vehicles and locomotives, railway slidings. So these are the different property, plant and equipments that a company owns. Similarly, when it comes to the non-current financial assets, we have different types of loans and advances to related parties or subsidiaries, loans and advances at amortized. Then non-current financial assets includes deposits into government authorities, derivative financial assets, other deposits, interest accrued but not due. Then other non-current assets, we have a capital advances, then deposits with the government, inventories. So, and you also look at other intangible assets. When you're talking about intangible assets, so these are the different types of intangible assets that they have. Computer software is one example of intangible assets, and non-current investments, different types of non-current investments are here. So these, in the sense, when you look at the annual reports of the companies, you come across with hundreds of similar kind of what I mean to say is classification of assets. So whatever the type of asset, their treatment in accounting will be the same. That is the rule which applies to the one type of asset is applicable to all types of assets. But when you are reporting these assets, you have to report them based on different classifications. As you see from the balance sheet of a real company, the non-current assets are shown separately, current assets are shown separately, and intangible assets are shown separately, tangible assets are shown separately, operating assets, non-operating assets. So different classifications will help you to identify each category of assets under different heads, so that your investment decisions or your the information will be very helpful for the users. So this is with related to the classification of assets. In my next lecture, I'll explain you the classification of liabilities or types of liabilities. Thank you for watching the lecture.